Hello, welcome back to our Fire Nursing Tutorial YouTube channel. In this class, we are going to discuss with another topic, that is retinal detachment. Retinal detachment is an eye problem. Here, first we'll see the diagram of eye. Here, eye is covered by three layers. It's an outer layer, it's an middle layer, and then another one inner layer. Here three layers, and then this is a lens, and then again here this is an optic nerve. Here we'll see it's an outer layer, that is sclera, and then this one is the middle layer, that is choroid, and then this one is a retina, and then this is a optic nerve. Here retinal detachment, here what happens in the sense, here there will be the breakdown of retina, breakdown of this innermost layer, breakdown takes place, breakdown of this retina, and then this is going to, that retina layer is going to separate from the choroid layer, which is going to disturb for the peripheral vision. This is in the case of early stage. This is in the case of early stage. We'll see. Here, we'll see. In retinal detachment, there will be the breakdown of this one, inner layer, that is inner layer is retina, breakdown of inner layer retina, and separate from the choroid layer, from the choroid layer, results in loss of peripheral vision in early stage. Here peripheral vision in early stage, and then central vision in the late stage. It is going to develop. Here we will see this. What is retina? Retina is a inner layer of eye. Retina is inner layer of eye, helps in vision, helps in vision, and it send signals to the brain through optic nerve, through the optic nerve. This is retina. It's going to send the signals that is to the brain through the optic nerve. Here, breakdown of inner layer retina and then it gets separated from the choroid layer, and then it results in loss of peripheral vision in the early stage. That is nothing but a retinal detachment. Next, we'll see the etiology and risk factors. Etiology and risk factors. Etiology and risk factors we'll see. Here first, detachment may occur. Detachment may occur due to degenerative changes in the retina. Changes in the retina. And then trauma to the eye. Trauma to the eye. And then due to aging. And then diabetic retinopathy. Diabetic retinopathy. Diabetic retinopathy. And then hemorrhage. Hemorrhage. These are the etiology and the risk factors. Here, detachment may occur due to the degenerative changes. There is the degenerative changes that occur in the retina, innermost layer of the eye. And then trauma to the eye, aging factor, increase in age. It is related to the aging factor. And then diabetic retinopathy. Here it is an eye condition where blood vessels in the retina is damaged. Damage of blood vessels in the retina takes place, which is light sensitive. And then hemorrhage. These are the etiology and risk factors of retinal detachment. Next we will see the pathophysiology of retinal detachment. Pathophysiology of retinal detachment. Here, due to the etiological factors, there is the breakdown, tear of retina and gets separated from the choroid layer. Here, this leads to due to breakdown or due to tear, vitreous fluid, enters in the space between, into the space between the retina and choroid layer. Between the retina and choroid layer. And then this leads to loss of peripheral vision. Loss of peripheral vision in early stage, and then this leads to loss of central vision in later stage or in late stage. This is all about the pathophysiology of retinal detachment. Next, we'll see the clinical manifestations of retinal detachment. Here, retinal detachment may occur slowly or rapidly. Slowly or rapidly without pain. Without pain. And then dark spots coming across the vision in the affected eye. In the affected eye. And then photopsia. Photopsia is nothing but it's a sensation of bright flash of light. And then blurred vision. Photopsia, blurred vision, and then loss of vision. Here, clinical manifestations are slowly, that retinal detachment may take place, that is slowly, or it may take rapidly, that is without pain, and then dark spots coming across the vision in the affected eye, and then photopsia. Photopsia is nothing but it's a bright light, flash of light, like that sensation, that is photopsia, and then blurred vision, and then loss of vision, and then slight feeling of heaviness in the eye. These are the clinical manifestations. We'll see the diagnostic evaluations. Here, first and foremost, history collection and the physical examination. History collection and then physical examination, and then most important is ophthalmoscopy. These are the diagnostic evaluations for retinal detachment. Next we'll see the treatment. That is surgical treatment. First one is a vitrectomy. Vitrectomy is nothing but here it is a small surgical procedure. Incisions are made to remove the collective fluid from the retina. That is referred as vitrectomy. And next one is a cryosurgery. Here, super cooled tube that is inserted into the eye, that cause scarring of retina. Results in adhesion of it to the choroid layer. That is cryosurgery. Or else we can say it as it's an ophthalmic procedure uses freezing temperature to treat the eye condition. This is all about the surgical treatment for the surgeries for the retinal detachment. I hope you all are clear with the topic retinal detachment. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.